Hello everyone, welcome to the Strategy Meeples YouTube channel. I'm Kapil and today we'll be looking at another game from the Castles of Burgundy Experts and Above tournament that happened a few months ago. And this is a game between Sen and OKR who is a Polish player, I believe. So this is a game that was played on board number 9, so let's get into the game. Okay. So both the players don't decide to start at the same spot. Sen, being player 1, decides to start the game at the bottom left, and OKR decides to start the game at the right. I usually prefer this spot over this spot because from this position you have like this connection to like 3 waters over here. You have the connection to the yellow tile, plus it's not that hard to get to the mines. Whereas if you start in the bottom left, you do have connection to a mine, but these 3 building roles of 1, 2 and 1 can be really difficult to navigate in some circumstances. Plus, I guess it's not that hard to get to this water, but then at some point you will have to pivot towards this big region of water. Okay, so Sen rolls a 5 and a 2 and OKR rolls a 2 and a 5. So same die roll for both players. There's 3 water on the board. And Sen, I don't think they can pick up 2 of these waters. At most they can pick up 1. So I'm assuming they will take a mine underwater. Let's see what they do. Okay, they actually prioritize getting yellow tile number 4 over going for water. Okay, so their opponent has a 2 and a 5. Okay, so their opponent immediately takes the water and places it without taking any goods. But the advantage is they get another turn right away. It's kind of unlucky that they rolled a 1 and a 1 because now they'll have to sell the 2 to get the water from the middle. And with the 1, I think they should probably just take workers or maybe even go for the church. No, actually, yeah, take workers or... yeah, I would probably just sell and take workers at this point. Okay. I guess the reason they took the watchtower and placed it right away is because they know that it's harder for Sen to get a connection to this water. So I don't think Sen is going to try and take both the water in this case, or cannot take both the waters in this case. Okay, so now OKR is definitely forced to get a water, and with the other move, so I think they should probably go for yellow tile number 6 here over the castle, just because it's still not that easy for them to get the castle, or if Sen does pick up the castle, it's not easy for them to place it. So I would prioritize yellow tile number 6 for OKR. Okay, or just keep going for buildings. I think that works out too. I'm finding it interesting that these players are not prioritizing the ship in the middle that much, because in this case, I think Sen could have like placed the mine and sold some goods to take the water from the middle by replacing this water, and that would have meant that they could have gone as player 1 into the new round. But looks like that might not happen now. Okay. So both of these players are really fighting for, or really pushing towards completing these building regions. That is an interesting start. They are not giving enough priority to the ship in the middle. Yeah, I don't think I would have played it this way. Yeah, I guess the fact that OKR committed to this mine means that it's almost impossible for them to get the other water. So Sen is definitely going as player 1 into the new round, and they do not need to worry about getting this water from the middle. And 5 and a 4 works out perfectly for them, because with the 5 they can place the water, and with the 4, or actually they could place this with the 4 and the water with the 5. So they have a lot of options. Okay, so this is phase B of the game. Sen rolls a 2 and a 3, and their opponent rolls a 2 and a 6. And I mean, there's the yellow tiles for buildings, but none of the other yellow tiles, like yellow tile number 15 or 24, 25, those didn't show up yet. This yellow tile number 4, getting it in phase A is really strong. So Sen really wants to push towards getting a lot of ships and water down. So let's see how they're able to do it. Okay, so they are going for the mines and taking a water. Okay, their opponent with a 3 and a 2, so they take the other water. Okay, Sen is deciding what they want to do. Okay. So looks like both these players are pretty close to completing their building region of 6 down here. Okay, so last 4 rounds of phase B. Sen is currently at 32 points and OKR is at 44 points. Okay, so Sen takes the castle. It's the perfect roll for taking the castle. And with the 1, yeah, maybe I'll just take workers. Or I mean, I'm tempted to place the water here, but that would mean that their opponent can definitely place the water. But their opponent has enough die roll to place the water anyway, so yeah, I would just place the water, complete this region, and probably pick up a stack of 2 goods. Okay, their opponent has started collecting these yellow tiles, so they currently have the one for boarding houses, and they also picked up the one for churches. And they currently have 1 of each, so that gives them 8 points. And Sen is holding on to this yellow tile number 4. That is an excellent utility tile to pick up in phase A. Okay. So Sen currently is at 56 points at the end of phase B. And their opponent with the 1 and a 3. So they are definitely looking to place one of the waters. So I'm assuming they place the water with the 3 here, and with the 1 they can place the yellow tile. Okay, so this is phase C, and Sen rolls a 1 and a 3, and their opponent OKR rolls a 1 and a 6, and again there's 3 water on the board. And the most notable tiles that I see right now are yellow tile number 25. There's exactly 2 mines, so this is 1 and 2. Yellow tile number 2 is fine, but it's like, I would say, it's actually good for both these players if they end up getting at least 2 or 3 mines. But it's not that great at the middle of the game. You ideally want it in phase B or phase A. And yellow tile number 16 is just fine. I mean, both these players don't have any warehouses right now. The castle is good too for both Sen and their opponent. So we'll see who picks that up. So their opponent has a 1 and a 6. I wonder if they pick up both the water here. Let's see. Okay, they actually pick up the castle and then pick up yellow tile number 25 and also pick up the mine. Okay. Sen with the 1 and a 3. So they pick up a water. Okay, I'm assuming they'll pick up the other water and also pick up the mine. Yep, that's the plan. Okay, and even though their opponent, I guess I shouldn't say their opponent, it looks like, I was going to say that it looks like Sen has a huge advantage just because they got the water lead. But at the same time, their opponent has picked up a few good yellow tile bonuses. That should give Sen a tough competition. Even though they'll be player 1, probably for the rest of the game, their opponent is fighting back. Place the mine, take a carpenter's workshop, and the idea with this carpenter's workshop is they kind of want to push towards this region of 6 buildings as well. Sen with the 4 and 3, so they take player 1 over there. The 3 just take workers. 1 and a 4, okay. So they definitely want either the market or the town hall to complete this region of 6 buildings. So let's see which one they prioritize. Actually, they don't go for either of them. They pick up another water. Okay. Selling goods is always powerful. So, and with yellow tile number 4, they get 2 workers for selling those 2 set of goods. So that's a really good move for them. For OKR, for a 2 and a 4. Okay, so now Sen places the water. Can take these 2 stack of goods, and with the 5 they can just take the town hall. Yeah, I think that's a good move. Yep. Okay, so their opponent places a yellow tile, sells some goods. This is the last 2 turns of phase C, and Sen is going to complete this region of 6 buildings and also going to complete their mines, which is really strong. And this brings them to 100 points, and they sold the goods with the 3, which in turn also gives them a worker, so that's a really powerful turn by them. And OKR currently is sitting on a 3 and a 2. They will be getting 2 workers at the end of this round, so they don't need to take workers technically, but in this case I think they are going to be forced to take workers because they cannot place any of these buildings by themselves. Okay, so this is phase D of the game. Something to note is that neither of these players has gone for any animals so far. Like, they haven't touched their region of 2 or region of 4, which is quite surprising. But I think they're just competing with each other and on the same tiles. So even though Sen has the advantage right now, their opponent does have a good amount of yellow bonuses coming at the end of the game. Okay, so Sen rolls a 2 and a 4 and their opponent rolls a 2 and a 6. Okay, so my prediction is Sen will definitely want to take the castle here. And with the 4, I'm tempted to say the water, but I also think they need to go for this tile because that can be good for their opponent. Their opponent only needs 2 yellow tiles to finish their yellows on the board. So we'll see what Sen does. Okay, I see. So they take the castle and place it right away to get the market. And this will enable them to get one of these waters if they choose to. Okay, their opponent with a 2 and a 6. Okay, Sen is continuing to place more water on the board. And now they place the market and pick up the other water as well. And they take a watchtower from the middle. So they are kind of also pushing to complete their region of 6 building over here. So their opponent places more buildings. So they have, with these 2 buildings, they'll only need 1 more type of building. But that building currently isn't available on the board in this round. So they'll have to wait until round E or phase E to see if they get the remaining building for this region of 6 buildings over here. 4 and a 4 for Sen. Okay, so they end up picking up the carpenter's workshop. Okay, so they sell goods and take. Now they have sold like each type of good. So if tile number 15 shows up, it'll be a really high scoring tile for them. Okay, their opponent with a 5 and a 4. And none of the players have touched any of the animals yet, so that is really interesting. So Sen just needs 2 different types of buildings to complete their buildings, and their opponent OKR just needs 1 type of building. The last turn for them, 2 and a 3. So let's see which player, or if both the players end up finishing their buildings or not. Sen is in a really good position to block their opponent from finishing their buildings. Okay, so their opponent does pick up some animals. And looking at the board right now, so their opponent either needs a watchtower or one of these town halls to complete their region of 6 buildings over here, whereas Sen only needs. Sen can actually either use the bank or use one of these town halls. I mean, not or, and they definitely need the warehouse as well. So they only need 2 buildings. So yeah, either this, or this, 2 of these that they need. And if we look at the yellow tiles, so this tile is pretty good for Sen, I would say. It's good for their opponent too if they end up picking one of these. Okay, so they actually do end up picking the last castle, which I forgot about. That's really good too for getting the 8-point bonus for finishing their castles. Okay, so Sen is going after finishing their castles. Okay. And both these players have completed their buildings. OKR gets the bonus for it. And Sen gets the second bonus for completing their buildings once they do. Their opponent is kind of pushing for completing this region of 4 water now. Okay. So last 4 turns of the game, Sen with a 2 and a 6 and their opponent with a 4 and a 1. Okay. Their opponent with a 4 and a 1, so they complete their water and sell goods, and it's the last turn of the game. And it's nice their opponent rolled a 2, so they can sell this goods of 2 easily. And with the 5, they'll probably just take workers and send with the 1 and a 2. I think they just probably should take the cows and place the cows. And their opponent with the 5 and a 2, so probably sell goods and take workers. And that is game. So the game ended with Sen winning by 11 points. So OKR got 207 and Sen got 218. And if we look at the yellow tiles, so Sen got 16 points from yellow tiles and their opponent got 27 points. Overall, my evaluation of this game is both the players played really good. I was a little surprised by how at a few moments, maybe in phase A and some point in phase B, when these players decided not to prioritize the water a lot and prioritize like finishing their buildings over trying to be first in player order. And just the fact that they did not pick up animals till late in the game was interesting to see too. But regardless of that, the fact that they pushed for buildings meant that they completed both their region of 6 buildings, and that gave them a lot of points. And Sen ended up completing 4 different types of regions, and OKR ended up finishing 2 different types of regions. But yeah, really fun game to analyze and watch a replay for. Stay tuned. I'll be recording like more games from this tournament. And yeah, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.